perfectly authentic box. Wordless when shaken. When open, empty. Not a speck of dust, very clean. Not a speck of mothy grain or anything. The hinge wide mortised, free and sane. The whole thing so above board, comforting and true, it does you good to see it so well made. Boxwood, you know. Just the wood for boxes. Yes, just the thing for a conjurer. To test the box, I put in my fountain pen, my watch and chain, and my latch key. Shut down the lid again. Lightly I took it up, gently I shook it up, listened with glee. Silent each jerk I gave. Silent as any grave, not a rattle, not a click, not a scratch. You would think they were not in there. You would say they were not, but they were. Shake it. Not a sound by your ear. And when I did lift up the lid, inside no box was emptier. The whole thing was really empty, like a whistle, so clean. Gone! Gone is gone, and nothing has left me here to work upon. Nothing but nothing. For me, at least, who knows? Only too well, none better. The whole show. What can and cannot be done in this trade, and every illusion magic ever made. I, who no magic circle could put out, Prince Conjuror, confirmed beyond all doubt, Grand Master Atheist of the inmost rings, eyes and hands cauterized by secret things. I, who know the turn of all the tricks, am not tricked here. There is no way not to see, believe, and tremble. No way out. The symbol became too good a symbol, has lost my things and lost itself, and me, the vanisher, could vanish me? And now where is the master to bring back all in triumph for a grand finish? Finish indeed. I rather think I'm finished. Come in.
Hello, Professor. What's up now? At it again?
No, but you are perhaps the very man I need.
Anything for an audience?
Oh, no. The other way about. I have a problem for you.
I don't know a thing about conjuring.
Well, I don't think it's conjuring. I rather think it's physics.
Probably not, but still, what is it? I'm rather good at explaining.
You see the box. I think it is trying to remind me of something. Do you see anything odd about it?
No, except it's a very nice box and very well made. I suppose there's a trick about it.
If there is, it's no trick I have ever heard of.
Well, then what's wrong with the box? I'd be glad to keep my cigarettes in it.
I don't think you would. Not for long. Here, let me see. What shall we put in it? Black diamonds, eh? Coal from the fireplace. What else? Some coins, huh? Here, put the price of a newspaper in.
I haven't a shilling. How about a pound note?
So now we shut the box.
That's a good line of patter you have.
It isn't patter.
Isn't it? Well, you ought to know. What happens next?
You take the box and you shake it. Do you hear anything? Huh? Do you hear the coal rattling around inside? Do you hear the coins clinking? Do you hear the paper rustling?
I don't hear anything. I'm rather good at hearing things, too. I can hear my wristwatch ticking 2 feet away. I don't hear anything in the box, though.
I know you don't. That's because there's nothing there to hear.
It's a damn smart box if there isn't.
I'd give what I call my soul to hear it rattle.
You mean they aren't there?
They aren't there.
You didn't put them in.
Oh, no, I put them in. If anything is real, I really put them in.
Well, then you'll have to eat them if they aren't there. Congratulations, that's the best trick and the best build-up you've had yet.
It wasn't a trick, and it wasn't a build-up.
Look here, something's upset you. I knew it the moment I came in. You're not well, you're upset.
How could you tell?
You didn't rise when I called you. Professor! That always gets you. I'm rather good at getting rises.
Well, I am upset. This box, you know, there's not a bit of trick about it. It does just what you saw and heard it do. I mean, what you didn't hear and didn't see.
Nonsense. It must have double sides or something.
Nonsense? I know my business, thank you. That box quite simply makes things go out of existence.
Impossible. You don't know what you're saying.
I'm saying there is no trick in the world that can do what it does. Those coins, that coal, and your pound were. Now they're not.
That won't do. They must be somewhere.
Why not nowhere? Sheer nothingness. An instantaneous, utter lack of being.
You don't know what you're talking about.
All I know is that it is no conjuring trick. Why can't you think that a thing should become nothing?
For 1,000 reasons. I'll spare you the thermodynamics and the nuclear ground. You wouldn't understand them, but take pressure alone. If this box really went empty, you wouldn't be able to open it. There'd be a perfect vacuum inside. Doubt it could take the pressure. It's not too strong. I believe I could press it in with my thumbs. I'm rather strong with my thumbs.
Give it to me. I may not know what I'm saying, but you don't know what you're doing. Suppose it spread.
What?
The property the box has.
What property?
The gift of turning a thing into nothing. You, for example.
That won't do, you know. Matter, energy, doesn't just go out of existence. All right, suppose the box has this property.
The gift of turning a thing into nothing. Let's say that the box sets up some kind of boundary, eh? A limit to the volume within which things can vanish. It stops things from getting inside that volume, otherwise...
The whole world would go pushing in.
Like rush hour crowds in the subway. Who goes home?
But where's home?
Nowhere.
This doesn't make any sort of sense whatsoever. Certainly very clean inside. Smooth, too. The limits of a volume within which things can vanish. Let's say its inner surfaces are those limits. I'll just write my name on the inside lid. And we'll see what it does with that little pattern of graphite.
Swept and garnished?
Completely erased. No, that's not even it. I'm pretty sure this surface hasn't been rubbed. This must be another box.
It's the same box. It's the same box and the same surface.
But I had it in my hands here the whole time. Look, surfaces aren't as simple as you think they are. They're more like clouds you walk into. Look, it may look like a wall, but it isn't. Some of my graphite ought to be here still. But I don't see a trace of it. This must be another box.
No, that's not the answer.
Look, you don't see what a question this brings up. The limits of a volume. The geometry of it's fearful. You say everything inside the box vanishes, but what's inside? And when does this vanishing happen? When the lid snaps to, or when the box opens, or sometime in between?
Well, it might not be instantaneous. It might be gradual. That would take some of the strain off the box.
You haven't found anything half gone, have you? I'd like to see what my pound note half gone looks like.
Look, you're missing the point. Don't you see? I have tried and tried all these years to find something real
To justify your pathetic fantasies?
No, to remember what I knew before I learned all the tricks.
Why on earth would you want to do that?
To remember what I used to know then that I don't know now.
This doesn't make any sort of sense whatsoever. If I had this box in my lab, gravimetric analysis, I'd weigh it open with a gram weight in it and then shut with the weight vanished. I'd photograph this vanishing trick with X-rays and... Ridiculous. Preposterous. A leak in the universe. What a laugh. I knew all along this wouldn't be physics.
Well, I'm not so sure. X equals Y usually means just now, for some funny reason, I feel like agreeing X with Y. And funny probably means phony.
And to bring the objects back?
Impossible.
Impossible.
Unless
Unless
we offered it something.
Violence.
Violence? No! Gone.
Listen.
Conjuror!
Exorcist! Woo! You look downcast. Why?
Well, I'm going to miss
I
it.
shouldn't wonder. It's the cleverest damn thing I've ever seen. Oh no, how'd you do it?
I didn't do it. The box did it. I don't know how.
I thought you knew all there was to know about conjuring.
Please believe me. This isn't conjuring. Oh, yes it is. Look, the answer might be this. In the narrow sense of trick, no, the box isn't a trick, but maybe it is in the biggest sense, eh? Well, I don't want you to lose any sleep over this. So you do best to think of it as a trick. A trick you escaped.
I'm glad to hear you say that. In fact, I'm very much relieved. You know, I'd begun to wonder if we didn't have political problems to face. Some questions are just unthinkable. The questions we've been asking about the box were, you know, unthinkable. You can't think about nothing. The concept doesn't occur. Therefore, let's drop the whole thing by all means. I believe I'd say thank you very much, if I knew what for.
But when you're president of the Royal Society, you will tell them about this, won't you?
Of course I will. Oh, and don't look so downcast. I've seen it time and again in physics. Head of the field suddenly says the new stuff won't hold water. Usually means hasn't been doing his homework. Or he's getting old. Or something. Well, best of luck. Cheer up. So long.
A trick or not a trick? That is the question. No, that isn't the question. That isn't why it came or why it went. I knew this earlier, but I forgot it. To know, to really know that such a thing could really be in the world. I thought it was trying to teach me to vanish the cosmos, but it was only teaching me to remember myself. Whatever does that is due to be vilified. Well, yes, I'll miss it. Returned now out into the void, shut down upon itself. Giver and ender, gone forever. The play is over.
Over or under?
Over and under?
What is lost but the loss?
What is found but the finder?